Welcome to video 3.0. This is the introduction of quality education and data. For this video, we'll be diving into the most recent Go West Contra Costa Kids Can report. We have been sharing these reports for the past 5 years, and if you click on each report, you will have access to the online version. An idea that may be helpful as we dive into this session. As parents, we often focus on our own children, then the school. However, GO's focus is the system. We focus on the policies in place that impact over 30,000 students. We are not here to blame families or students. We're not saying that there is a particular teacher at fault. We are saying we need to work at the system level, at the district and state, to ensure that it supports every single student. Taking a step back, what are we even talking about when we talk about data? Data is basically information. And when talking about school data, we mean everything from attendance to demographics, grades, and even exam results. Why does data matter? We need to know where we are starting before we can make a plan to where we want to go. We need to be able to make informed decisions on what is the next best step. Whether as a student, a teacher, or even now as a parent, I often feel intimidated when I'd look at data. I'd often ask myself, what do all these numbers even mean? I have found that when we look at information, when we look at data, it doesn't provide all the answers. Instead, when we look at data, we have more questions than answers, and that is totally normal. In presenting the session over the past few years, the following sentence frames have been really good starting points for many family leaders. After looking at data, one can say, "This makes me think. I need more information about. I wonder if," and you can then fill in the sentence. This sweet little cartoon depicts a very interesting perspective. It says, "For a fair selection, everyone has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree." What does that make us think? Who is going to have the easiest time climbing that tree? Probably the little monkey. The little bird over here doesn't even have to climb, it just flies to the top. Imagine the fish, the seal, the dog, the penguin, and the elephant would not be able to climb that tree. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. For me, when I look at this cartoon, it makes me think of assessments and tests and how each test is a one size fits all, and it's not really made to measure intelligence. Over the years, one can discuss the challenges with not taking into account the varied learning styles students have or the high need for individualized instruction. However, as a former educator, I have another point to make. Student achievement isn't just about academics, it encompasses the learning standards, how well students perform, their social and emotional well being, as well as their work habits. When we take this into account, the idea of standardized tests, we can then consider another idea. No test is perfect. There's no way that one single test can accurately measure intelligence. At the same time, in my over 20 years of experience of working in education in West Contra Costa, I have never known a student who is on grade level, that is to say, on their way to graduate high school and is on track to attend college, if they do not do well on these standardized tests. Now, in the very first Kids Can report, we presented a lot of facts. We presented a lot of information, and we encountered feedback from families saying, "We know the data, we live the data, we need more." And so now we've revised our Kids Can reports. They not only offer the data, they also offer next steps as well as resources. Head over to the next video to learn even more about data and quality education.